Okay, welcome to American Dream Garage. Today, I thought we'd do a little segment on powder coating. I know that when I first explored it, it was somewhat intimidating to me. I didn't really understand it. I watched some videos. I think Eastwood company has some good videos, and it didn't appear to be that difficult. When I got all the equipment, again, it kind of intimidated me again, but then once I got it put together, it was pretty easy to work with. So today I'm working on my Alfa Romeo. We're going to do two things. This is a regular piece of steel, and it's a bracket, and it's going to have to be prepared. Everything has to be prepared to be powder coating. So this will be sandblasted. I'll show you that. Then this piece is a cap for a steering reservoir, of which I've already prepped it some with a wire wheel, but I was going to keep this cap here natural aluminum, but I've decided not to, so I'm going to have to prep it again with the wire wheel. So obviously powder coating, the thing about powder coating is it's going to go in an oven at 400 degrees. So anything rubber, so if you're doing I just redid a brake booster, you can't put a brake booster in there because anything that's rubber sensitive, gaskets, whatever, is going to burn up. So you got to make sure whatever you're putting in there is 100% steel. So other things you need is, like, for various holes, you need silicone plugs, you need high temperature tape, of which I bought various sizes, and this was not the size I wanted, but anyway, I want to be able to tape the back, and you want it to be able to withstand those temperatures. So we'll do some of that prepping, and then I'll show you how easy the process is and how simple the baking part of it is. Okay, so again, this piece has been somewhat prepped. I've got the screws, which I decided to put back in. So to me, the wire wheel on a small part is a pretty effective way to prep. It gets it very clean. But again, big part, it's something that's awkward. You can't get it up to the wheel. That's where sandblasting comes in. So that should be good. Again, we'll have to plug it with the silicone plugs, and now I'll show you the sandblasting. Okay, so we're unfortunately this will be visual, not audio, because the machine puts out quite a bit of racket. So okay, real quick, for the powder coating, there are cheaper systems in this, but this is Eastwood's hot coat system. So it has a fluidized bed, actually, where you put the powder, and then this unit, which actually regulates the pressure and provides the flow for the air. Then you'll need a small compressor. So I put it all on this cart here, and I've got some extra containers back there, and so that's the equipment you need to actually do the coating. Okay, so one of the more difficult things is, in order to powder coat, you have to have a ground hooked up, which I've been fairly successful using this rack, but I've you know, and then getting the pieces hung and getting them to stay on the hooks is difficult too. But I use these little S hooks. This piece is obviously easy. This piece was more difficult. I had to come in through the back. So I did prep it and put the high temperature tape. So anyway, this is a powder coating booth. So basically sucks the powder in to keep it from blowing all over your shop. So I still wear a mask. If you don't know where to get a mask, I'm sure that you could Google that. But anyway. Basically just hit it. Okay, so here we're at the oven. The oven gets to 400 degrees. It's right now 285, 286, so it's warming up. This particular oven has light inside and a window so you can see how things are doing, as well as a fan to circulate the heat. So I've already got the other piece in there. Again, I use these hooks. And I use a pair of pliers so I don't drop it, because I've done that many times. So anyway, so it's just basically an oven, and you can use an oven if you want. So we have to let it get to temperature, and then we will, I'll show you. Then we will let it cook. It really only, once it gets to 400 degrees, it only has to be in there for 10 or 15 minutes and it'll be done. Okay, so you can see we're at 398 degrees. The minute I open this door, obviously temperature plummets, but normally what I do is shut it off, keep the fan circulating, and then leave the things in here while they cure some more. So you can kind of see, and we'll get them up close, you can see the type of finish that they have. It's, you know, pretty smooth. So anyway, we'll let them sit in there while it cools off, and then we'll inspect them. Okay, so we got the parts out. I won't be handling them too much because they're relatively hot, but you can see, I hope you can see, maybe come in here just a little bit. You see the type of finish that has, and so that's kind of a high gloss. The powder creates a pretty smooth finish on a rougher piece of metal. So that was a steel. Still nice, nice smooth finish and very durable. So you can see the silicone plugs that I used to protect it, as well as the tape on the back to keep powder from getting on the face of that, because there'll be a gasket. And anyway, so